All right, bookworms and constant readers, welcome back to Final Girl Horror. I am Chelsea, and today we finally got to a true horror film on this list. It is what I consider the first horror film. Now, like I say with all these videos, these are not ranked. This is just an alphabetical list. I forgot to mention this in the last video, by the way. They're not ranked. This is the 30th film on the list. And it comes from the book 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. What it is they start in 1900, I believe, and they go to 2020. And it goes year by year and just lists what the writers and contributors to this book think are the best films of that year. And then in the front of the book, they put a checklist if you want to do like I am and watch all 1001 movies. So that's what we're doing here. We're on film number 30. This is the first horror movie. I know some people are going to say it's not a horror movie. My response to that is horror has many sub-genres, and this is sci-fi horror through and through. And it is Alien. Came out in 1979. It is rated R. It's an hour and 57 minutes long. You can watch this on Hulu, AMC Plus, Prime. You can rent it or you can buy it, and I believe on Apple TV you can rent it or you can buy it. I own this film. I have seen this film well over 100 times. It is directed by Ridley Scott. You know Ridley Scott from Blade Runner, Gladiator, Black Hawk Down, The Martian. He has done just a ton of films. It was written, and I usually don't highlight the writer unless it's somebody that stands out to me. Usually, a lot of these films, it seems like the writer and the director are the same person. But this was done by Dan O'Bannon. He is huge in the film industry and the horror industry. He's done stuff like the Alien franchise, Dark Star, Heavy Metal, Total Recall, and more. This film did win 2 Oscars. It won for Best Visual Effects and Production Design. There is quite a few people in this movie that you will recognize, like Sigourney Weaver, who plays Ripley. Not only was in the Alien films, Ghostbusters, Gorillas in the Mist. Tom Skerritt, who plays Dallas. You've seen him in The Dead Zone, Top Gun, Contact. John Hurt, who plays Kane, was in Contact, V for Vendetta, Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Veronica Cartwright, who plays Lambert, was in The Witches of Eastwick, The Birds. What else we got? Harry Dean Stanton, who plays Brett. He was in The Green Mile and Repo Man. Ian Houston? How does he say that? Halloran, I think. Plays Ash. He's in Lord of the Rings, Lord of War, The Day After Tomorrow. And then Yaphet Kotto, who plays Parker. He was in The Running Man, and then for me, like his famous role, besides this film, was he was in the James Bond film Live and Let Die. So what is this movie about? So this is about a space vessel They work for this company. They're hauling, I believe it's iron ore. They're hauling some kind of ore, some kind of mining material. They're headed back to Earth when they get awoken from their cryo sleep to check out this distress signal on this planet that's nearby. Now the laws, the shipping laws at the time say that they have to do this. It's part of their maritime space set of laws. So they head to this planet and they come upon this ship. They go inside. They find all these eggs. One of their crewmen gets this thing attached to his face. If they try and remove it, it strangles him. And if they cut it, it bleeds acid. And against company protocol and company rules, this crewman is allowed back on board the ship, and they resume their voyage home. A couple days later, the thing on his face falls off and dies. They think everything's okay, and come to find out that this thing basically laid a alien egg in his chest. And you have that famous scene I think everybody's seen where the alien burst out of his chest. Now you have this alien running around on board, and it starts picking the crew off one by one. It is totally a horror film. I don't care what anybody says. I will fight you to the death on that. It is a horror film. This alien is freaking scary. Highly recommend you check it out if you've never seen it. And there are a ton of horror connections. Not just is this a horror movie, but a lot of the people in this movie have other horror connections. So Ridley Scott, not only did he do Alien Covenant, Prometheus, which is I think it's the prequel to Alien. He also did Hannibal. Dan O'Bannon, he did Return of the Living Dead, Hemoglobin, The Resurrected, Life Force, Dead and Buried. Sigourney Weaver was in 2011, The Cabin in the Woods. And then in 1987 did a movie called Snow White, A Tale of Terror. Tom Skerritt has been in 1978, The Devil's Rain, in 88, Poltergeist 3, in 2006, and he was in two different Stephen King movies. In 2006, he was in Desperation, and then in 83, he was in The Dead Zone. John Hurt, he did The Ghoul in 1975. In 77, he did Spectre. In 78, The Shout. In 1990, Frankenstein Unbound. In 2000, Lost Souls. And in 2005, The Skeleton Key. Veronica Cartwright, in 1963, she was in The Birds. In 78, she was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I believe that's the one with Donald Sutherland. In 87, she was in The Witches of Eastwick. In 85, she was in Candyman. Funeral to the Flesh. And then in 2025, she's in a horror movie called The Ruse. Harry Dean Stanton, he's also been in two Stephen King films. His most famous role, I think, is in 1983, where he played Detective Jerkins in Christine. And then in 1999, he's also in The Green Mile. And then Yaphet Kotto, he was also in a Stephen King film, The Running Man. This film, I totally give a 5 out of 5. It is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is really good. Really great special effects. A lot of jump scares. Just an awesome film. That's all I got for you in this one. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We're getting close. We're almost to 80. So just a little bit more. Also, hit the bell icon so you know when new videos come out. I am doing movie and book reviews now. Until next time, watch more movies and read more books.